Hello, and welcome to Fuck Around and Get Paid, the podcast that helps you have more fun and make more money. Basically, fuck around and get paid. I'm your host, Jennifer Liss. And in this episode, we're going to talk about how to keep going in your small business when it feels like the world is melting down. Let's dive in. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to do something maybe a little different than what we usually do, and we're just going to go on a rant. Wait, are you saying she always goes on rants? No, today I want to talk about something because this is what's happening in my life right now, and I know that it's happening for pretty much every entrepreneur that I know, and also just every human being and people who are living in the US and many other parts of the world. It feels like we just entered what is likely a war, being called a war. There's a lot that is going on in the world and so many things that can be feeling like it's pulling us energetically and with our attention right now. And it can be very difficult to focus on what is it that I'm building? What is it that I am creating? How can I focus on my own personal potentiality, my own personal possibilities, this life that I desire to create when I'm living in a time that feels like chaos? It truly feels like the whole world is melting down around us. And so I'm personally experiencing so much of this myself and navigating it. And so I want to come on this week and give some real time thoughts on how I personally, as an entrepreneur and as an entrepreneur who primarily works in the online space, this conversation is not just for entrepreneurs who work in the online space, because no matter what, we are all navigating this. But a couple of the things that I want to share about are specifically for people who work in this space and how to navigate these uncertain times, how to keep ourselves above water, and not just above water, but actually surfing these seas. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that I truly believe this is what my heart tells me. And this is also what, if you look at the energetics and some of the astrological predictions, you guys, whether you believe in astrology or not, the predictions about what is happening right now, it's really wild. It's really wild to see that it was predicted that during this time there would be a lot of upheaval, and the way that we have always done things suddenly not being the way that we are doing things. And here in the US, we have a president right now who is actively shirking the way that things have been done, not going through the normal chain of command. So if we see that, I want you to look at this as, and I'm not making political commentary here so much as helping us to see what's happening in the energetic field so that you can help yourself to navigate this energy that is happening. Okay. So this is the overall energy, is we are not doing things the way that it has always been done simply because it's the way that it's always been done. And so all over the place, we see this massive thing changing, and AI is happening right now. And we've been talking about this on this podcast since I launched it. Like, there are huge changes that are coming. There are huge changes that are happening in corporate businesses. There are huge changes that are happening in small businesses, in the online space. And all of that is not just because of AI. AI is dawning right now at the advent of an energetic, what's the word I'm looking for? Collision of all of these energies that are coming together to issue a massive change. And here's what matters. This massive change is ultimately for good, I think. I believe. It's for good. It's for us. But nature is not gentle in the way that change happens. And again, I'm not saying that things that are being done are good and right. In fact, I believe that certain things are being done for reasons that I do not personally love. However, know that the energy that is happening right now is swirling things up so that we have the opportunity right now to see what is it that I truly believe in? What is it that I truly stand for? Where are there things that I've been believing in and standing for that actually, you know what, that's not actually in line with my truth and my beliefs as much as I maybe thought that it did. And so we are looking at, okay, the systems that we have we built systems that are in the greatest support of humanity, that are in the greatest support of me as a human being who is navigating this world? We're going to get to business, but understand that that's the energy that's happening. And so we've just entered this fire horse energy that we're about to propel ourselves toward our dreams. But during this time, there's this energetic shakeup and a lot of confusion. So you might be feeling right now what I've been feeling, which is intense clarity. I'm having these huge downloads that are like, oh my gosh, why have I never seen it that way before? Oh my gosh, I never realized that I had these maternal wounds that are coming through. I didn't realize that I had these sister wounds, these things that are coming up for me that at a really deep level. And also, oh my gosh, I see my message and my mission and my purpose so much more clearly than I've ever seen it before. And then I kid you not, you guys, 5-10 minutes later, I'm so lost and confused and like, I know nothing. 5 minutes ago, I knew everything. And now I knew nothing. I felt like I had so much clarity. I suddenly had this huge download. I suddenly realized this is a way that I've been acting and I don't need to act that way anymore. And then I'm like, wait, what? It's part of this fire that is burning right now that is helping us to steal. Fire creates steel. This heat is currently cycling up that is helping us to steal into our values. What do you really stand for? Who do you truly want to be in this next era of your life? What do you want your business to stand for? What do you want to create in this world? What do you want to receive back from the world? What is the true experience that your soul came to this world to have? What do you want? We're really being faced at a very visceral level of all of that because, again, the energy is in service to us questioning the way that we have always done things. Is it really serving us? And so we have this opportunity to see it. And so we have this shakeup that is in support of that. And I'm not saying that every single human on this planet is going to make the decision that is in alignment with their truth. But you, as a listener of this podcast, you, as an introspective human being, you, as somebody who likely is a light bringer to this world, who is meant to stand deeply in love, in service to what is best for humanity, in service to progression, in service to something that is new and being born out of this beautiful new steel that is more in line with your values. You are somebody who is meant to see things differently than the path that humans have been cycling on for generations. So if you feel confused, normal. If sometimes you're feeling this intense clarity, normal. If sometimes you feel like, what the F is going on in the world around me? I'm so distracted and pulled in a million different directions, normal. But what you're being called to do here is to ask yourself, what do I truly live for? That's the question. What did my soul come to this planet to experience? What did my soul come to this planet to produce, to create? Who did I come here to be? What else that I haven't experienced yet do I desire to experience? What kind of experiences would I love to craft for other human beings as I get to have some really cool experiences for myself? That's how you F around and get paid, is by recognizing that your soul's mission is ultimately in service to your joy. And as you service your own joy, as you bring this light to the world, as you create with the gifts that you've been given, you get to have an amazing, genuinely, you get to have an amazing magical experience and deliver more amazing magical experiences for other people as you do it. And some of us came here to hold sacred space for that work to happen for others because that brings us joy. Some of us came here to simply be and simply be that joy and be that light and stand in that. Some of us were given the gift of some creative gift, whether it's song or dance or poetry or writing. Maybe you've recently started writing in new spaces like a Substack. Maybe you've started posting funny videos on Instagram. Maybe you've refound your gift of playing the piano and you're like, oh my goodness, I might want to give lessons. I forgot how much I love this and how much I love teaching. We're rediscovering that which your soul came here to do. That is what I truly believe all of this is about. And so when we can ask ourselves this question, what is it that I truly live for? Why did I come? If I chose to incarnate in this experience right here, right now, if this is the time and the place that, whether you believe that you chose to be here or you just happen to be here, what is it that you want this experience to be for you? This is the question. This is the opportunity that you have to reflect on this. And this is ultimately this work. Here's real meta. This is the work that I really was called here to do, was to help other people return back to your joy. And this is a time and a place where we are being called to return back to your joy, back to your truth, back to your intuition. And if you have no connection to your intuition, please, my goodness, follow that nudge back to it. It's why I do the quantum frequency shift work that I do for people inside of the expansion room, is to support us in coming back to the truth of what it is that we are called here to do. Breath work was the number one thing that brought me back to this place. I have combined that with other modalities to support us in coming back to the truth of that, because that's what we need. We need to be rooted in that level of certainty that is currently being forged through these big old sweeping moments of complete confusion and what feels like an utter meltdown. Ultimately, the clarity is coming through that fire. So whatever it is that you were feeling this week, you get to feel that. Whatever it is that you're navigating right now, remember that there is some truth beneath the surface. And there might be a truth that maybe you have been ignoring because it feels inconvenient. Or maybe it feels outside of your realm of possibility, especially right now. We can so easily, when the world feels like it's in chaos, we can write off what it is that we're being called to do. But perhaps question if this is the time and this is the space, this is the place for you to step it up and step in whatever way it is meant for you to be doing that right now. And only you can answer that question. It might not come from your logical mind. It might come from another part of you. It might be an intuitive knowing that is coming from your other sources of intellect, Your mind is not your only intellect. I hate to tell you, if you've only been listening to your mind your entire life, there are other sources of intellect, your spirit, your energetic body, your emotions, your physical body. All of these other bodies have so much information for you. And once you get in touch with those, it's so much easier to navigate yourself through this chaos. This is the work that I do because I know how it can feel to feel so untethered. Just so funny. My previous podcast was called Untethered because I felt so tethered by all of the ways that I thought I had to be doing life. And I just needed to break myself free of that so that I could listen to myself at a deep level. We are being called to that so strongly right now. So hear this. You can navigate this. You're doing beautiful work. You might have this question as a business owner. Okay, cool, Jen. Sounds good. I'm just living my truth. But how do I show up online right now? How do I, when I get on Facebook, it's like this wild toggle between I'm seeing pictures of dogs doing funny things, and I'm seeing science facts, and I'm seeing spiritual memes, and I'm seeing, that World War III might be starting. Like, how do I navigate that? And how do I show up as a business owner in that space? And this is why I started the conversation where I did, because we've got to come back to our knowing of what you came here to do and what you really want to be creating in this world. So if your soul came here for peace, then what feels like peace for you today? How could you show up in a way that feels like peace for yourself and peace for others? Maybe that's going on and just telling everybody, you know what, this feels wild. And here's what I know. Here's what's working for me. Here's how I'm personally navigating it is by coming here and talking to you. That's what I'm doing right now. Maybe you came to this world to invite others to feel joy even when it's hard. Maybe you go and share a quote that is currently connecting with you. You can still sell your products. You can still do business as you do business. And I don't care if you're a life coach or a healer, you're selling cinnamon rolls or you're cleaning houses, whatever it is that you were doing, you can still go on social media. This is your business place. This is your marketplace. You can still go and do the thing. But for you as a human being, it might feel good for you to go address the situation and just say, hey guys, I realize this is a hard time. And I just want to name that. One of the best ways that we can move through something that feels like I don't know what to say is to just say it out loud and just name it and just say, this is what's happening. And it's amazing how much space you clear for yourself and how much clarity comes from you just saying what it is that you're feeling in the most honest way that you can possibly say it. If you don't feel safe to do it, that's why I do the work that I do inside of Safe to Be Seen. My live cohort that I'm in right now is helping us to feel safe, to be honest, and to say what it is that we're truly feeling in a way that doesn't feel like it's melting down your business or melting down your work. You can simply speak what is coming up in your experience. And I feel like that kind of honesty and truth is what's being called forth in our businesses. Like, I want to buy things from people who feel like they can be truthful about their thoughts, that feel like they can say what it is that they're feeling in any given moment. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go share all of your political thoughts online, and maybe you do want to. Maybe that's honestly a calling of yours, but you can say what your real human experience is. You can go and share that and still sell your things. It's okay. At the same time, you don't have to make commentary about everything. And this is something that I see in the online space a lot, that we there is a way in which people have been made to feel like they have to comment on every single thing. You don't. You don't. I don't think so. I don't believe that every brand needs to make commentary on every current event. I do think that if you are a human who is running a personal brand, that when something feels like it might be blocking you or that you might have something to say, or you simply want to express a feeling, that you ought to feel safe to. And that, in fact, doing so will support you in moving through it. But if you're running ads right now, if you have a launch that's happening right now, it might support you in just going live and just saying, hey, man, I know it's tough right now. And this is what I'm feeling. And this is how I'm navigating it. And I know that I'm being called to serve the world and to help people in this time, in this way. And that's why I've created whatever it is that you're offering, whatever it is that you sell that you know is bringing people your skills in a way that's going to support them, your products in a way that's going to support them. So you can still, I know it's hard to believe, but we can hold so many different things in our experience. You can hold both joy and fun and love during times of complete chaos. And these times actually offer us the opportunity to see that and to be with that and to experience that. There is, I guess we call it duality, but I'm like, it's more like all-ality. We can experience so many things all at once. It's why on calls in the expansion room, I always start the call with, what are 3 things that you're feeling right now? Because we often see that we're feeling many things all at the same time. But ultimately, there is something that feels true for you. And right now, there likely is something that's being revealed. You're being called back to some level of knowing, some level of truth, some clarity that is being forged for you through all of this chaos and through all of this confusion. So I encourage you to ask yourself that question today. Like, what did I come here for? Why have I chosen this time and this place? And what feels exciting for me? What feels good for me to contribute at this time? And your contribution, remember, will come through your joy. It will feel exciting for you when we're in our most aligned contribution. I know that we weren't taught this, but it is the truth. The things that are easiest for you, the things that are most fun for you, the things that feel like peace, that feel like freedom, that feel like joy, that's your path. That's it. So what is that for you? And ask yourself this question and keep surfing the seas, because we are definitely in a period where it's going to feel like the ground is moving beneath your feet, because it is. So you can do this. You came here for such a time as this. Here you are, and you can continue to fuck around and get paid even during this time. I promise you that you can. So keep on keeping on, my friends, and keep navigating these waters. You're doing a beautiful job wherever it is that you are, whatever it is that you're navigating. Just keep going. Sending you so much love. I hope you enjoyed this episode and gained something for yourself out of it. If you have a friend who needs to hear this, pass it along. And if you enjoy this podcast, I encourage you to go to Apple Podcasts, scroll all the way down to the bottom, click the amount of stars you feel this podcast deserves, and leave a review. That would mean the world to me. I'll see you in the next episode or in our next expansion room call. If you want to join the expansion room, go to jenliss.com/expansion and come hop in with us, where we're having these kinds of conversations all the time. Lots of love.